Welcome to TV20 Sports Classics. I'm your host, Christian Patterson. The City of Cleveland's government access station has been covering recreational sports events for over 20 years. There have been some amazing games and even a few surprises along the way. We here at TV20 would like to take a look back at some of these memorable events. So sit back and enjoy TV20 Classic Sports. We hope you enjoy.
Welcome to Estabrook Recreation Center on the City of Cleveland's west side, where this evening we've got two fantastic basketball games. It's the All-Star Games for the girls here at Estabrook. Hi again, everybody. I'm Adam Mendoza along with my partner Tim Wells. And Tim, we have some great games. It is the All-Star Games as the City of Cleveland Recreation Center has completed its season for girls basketball.
Absolutely, Adam. When you look at it, we got two games on the schedule tonight. The first one's the Midgets, 9 to 12-year-olds. We're actually over 193 girls participated in this program, and the second game is the bigger girls, the junior girls, 13 to 15. A lot of excitement in the air, a lot of parental support we see here tonight.
And as if you know from last year, we had some great games, and we always get one or two special players that come out and really do a number in these games. And you know, it's not always the teams that have the best players that make the All-Star games. There's some other criteria of how these girls get here.
Well, the City of Cleveland is on a mission, not just in sports and athletics, but to make better citizens. We feel it's more important to build the mind and the body than the body, to make sure that we have a good citizen and someone's going to come out and be productive when it's all said and done. The children we see here tonight, part of that criteria was not just talent, but someone that came to practice every day, someone that had the education, somebody that was respectful. All the children that played in this program went through workshops before the season on player conduct, on drug awareness, things that we're trying to get out to make sure that they're aware of things that are out there they don't want to get involved in, and the things they should be doing to improve their lives.
And like we've said in other events that we've covered before, it's more than just athletics, it's a lot of education. Now, there's some rule changes into this game. One of the things that you'll notice is in the midget girls division game, the girls will be shooting from a foul line that's 3 feet closer than the junior girls will be shooting from the regulation 15-foot foul line. What are some of the other rule changes?
Well, obviously, number one, we want to make sure the kids can get the ball up the floor. So in this division, the first game, there'll be no full court press allowed at any time. You mentioned the shorter free throw line. We think that entices them. Plus, the kids are allowed to play zone. It's not so much man-to-man. You'll see some of it. We've got a lot of great kids with a lot of excitement that we're going to see here tonight. Absolutely.
We always have some great games for these All-Star games. Well, let's find out who is going to be playing in tonight's All-Star game. Let's toss it over to Nate Mumphrey, who's got the player introductions.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Estabrook Recreation Center, where tonight the Division of Recreation from the City of Cleveland is going to present to you the girls' All-Star Basketball Games. It will be our American Conference champions against the National Conference champions. First game, we'll have the young ladies in our midget division. These young ladies range from 9 to 12 years old. First of all, our player introductions. From the National Conference, we have a 12-year-old, 6th grader from Central, representing Central, number 1, Sierra Wilson. An 11-year-old 5th grader from Ben Franklin, representing Clark Rec, number 2, Heidi Lewandowski. 10-year-old 4th grader from Mound Elementary, from Stella Walsh, number 5, Fantasia Foster. An 11-year-old 5th grader from Rockefeller Fundamental, representing E.J. Kovacic, number 6, Rhonda Butler. 12-year-old 6th grader from Our Lady of Good Counsel, from Estabrook, number 9, Tiffany Holloway. An 11-year-old 6th grader from Whitney Young, also from Estabrook, number 10, Mary Shannon. And now for tonight's starting lineup. 10-year-old 4th grader from Captain Arthur Roth. From Sterling, number 4, at guard, Brittany Renfro. A 13-year-old 7th grader from Patrick Henry. From Sterling, at forward, number 7, Daisha Barksdale. The 11-year-old 5th grader from Marion Seltzer. From Cadell, a guard, number 8, Jasmine Gates. A 12-year-old 6th grader from Wilbur Wright from Michael J. Zone. At forward, number 11, Marcella Goings. And the 11-year-old 6th grader from Mary B. Martin from E.J. Kovacic. At center, number 12, LaShonda Orr. The national conference is coached by Miss Nancy Owens from Sterling Rec. And she's assisted by Miss Michelle Butler from E.J. Kovacic. And now, introducing the American Conference All-Stars. A 10-year-old 4th grader from Woodhill, representing Alexander Hamilton, number 1, Gabrielle Flanoy. 9-year-old 4th grader from St. Adelbert, from Fairfax Rec, number 2, Deandra Brayman. And 11-year-old 5th grader from St. Timothy's, representing Zelma George, number 3, Ariana Mathis. An 11-year-old 6th grader from Superior Elementary, representing Thurgood Marshall, number 6, Angelique Smith. A 12-year-old 6th grader from Audubon, representing Woodland, number 10, Jasmine Woodson. And the 12-year-old 7th grader from Charles Elliott, representing John F. Kennedy, number 12, Lanisha Perry. And now for tonight's starting lineup. 12-year-old 8th grader from St. Joseph's Academy, from Glenville, number 4, at center, Saida Williams. 12-year-old 6th grader from Central Middle School, representing Lonnie Burton, at guard, number 5, Sierra Davis. An 11-year-old 6th grader from Wilbur Wright, from Corey Rec, at guard, number 7, Sheena Smith. An 11-year-old 6th grader also from Wilbur Wright, from Corey, at forward, number 8, Brittany Randall. And the 12-year-old 7th grader from Mary B. Martin from Thurgood Marshall, number 11, at forward, Jewel Green. Mary Conference is coached by Miss Martina Letessa from Coudale. And her assistant coach, Miss Karen Barnett from Michael J. Zone. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like for you to stand, please, while we have the singing of our national anthem by Miss Justine Saunders.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous let's fly. All the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say those that star-spangled banner yet wave. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the
Justine Saunders, she's been singing for 30 years at her church and school. She's a graduate of Cleveland Heights and Ohio State University. Her hobbies have been singing, racquetball, and chess. She works as a secretary for the Center of Dialysis Care for Shaker Heights. Adam, what a great start.
Absolutely a great start to the evening's festivities. We've got two great basketball games that we will have for you here on CLV TV 35. The first game is the Midget girls, and you know, when we've been doing these games for the last couple of years, we've always had some great games, as we are now going to take a look at who are our officials for tonight's action.
Well, both of the officials that'll be calling both games here tonight, very familiar. On the left is Carmela McMullen, a fifth-year official, graduate of John Adams University of Wisconsin. She has a master's from Case Western. You may have remembered her when she played for the Rebels. And on the right, it was the league director, a ninth-year official, graduate of Glenville High School in Ohio U. Right now, she is an employee with the Division of Water as the senior personnel assistant, Antoinette Thompson. They'll be calling it today here in our girls all-star games.
And like we said, these girls games, especially the midgets, you always have some outstanding players come out, and one or two gives you a show for the evening. And I think this one, we're going to see that one or two people coming out and shining in this evening's ball game, as this is just the first of two this evening here at Estabrook Recreation Center. Good crowd on hand here at Estabrook, and you know, we always get the parental support and the family and friends that come out to these games, the all-star games or the championship games, always coming out and really supporting, and they have a great time here at these rec centers when we have these games.
And you're taking a look at the shot from CLV TV 35. You'll see it from the old little bucket cam. They'll be giving you some great action. And folks, we want to remind you as we go through, we're going to be passing on some important information about summer. Spring's here, the weather's warmed up. Although we had a great
winter. Had winter. So we
true.
Never had winter. We've got spring coming up in summer, and we'll have a lot of information about other programs in the City of Cleveland Recreation Department. You know, school is winding down, and there's some programs that are offered for the kids when school is out or when school is in.
And we're hoping that right now you're at home, you have a paper and pen handy, because through the telecast we will be talking about programs. We're going to be talking about job opportunities this summer, where you can go out and make a little bit of cash for yourself, and also about some of the great things that's happened this past year in the Division of Recreation. Again, we want to thank the many parents and family members that have come out and supported the players throughout the entire season. As we mentioned, it all started back on January 13th, where 193 girls involving 16 teams started out for the right to play in the city championship. That's over with. This is the All-Star Day. We want to say special congrats to Thurgood Marshall, who won the city championship in the midget division, where they beat E.J. Kovacic by a score of 19-7 just recently.
And you'll see in this game tonight a lot of the rec centers being represented in this ball game, as both teams getting their last-minute instructions from their respective coaches. And you know, the first couple of minutes it'll be kind of a feeling out process, because you know, they're all-stars, they haven't played together, but then as the game progresses, you will see the two teams start to gel as we're getting the last whistle for both teams to come out onto the floor, as we're just about set for this basketball game. Now the game, 6-minute quarters, if we go to overtime, there's a 3-minute overtime, but it's a running clock, but the clock stops all whistles in the last minute of each half, and overtime, or at all free throws, or after the teams have lined up and the ball is in possession of the shooter. Now each team has 4 1-minute timeouts per game, and the timeouts do not carry over into the overtime. Well, both teams are set, the referees set, Adam and Tim are all set, and we're underway here as the ball goes to the goal team. That is the American Midget team, and the first shot taken up, and the bucket made by Jewel Gold, who got it right off after the tip-off. Just underway here in this ball game here with the ball. Jasmine Gates working it to the other side, and here comes the steal. Here comes Jewel Green running the length of the floor, puts it up and kisses it very nice and easy off the layup. And they quickly jump out to a 4-0 lead, and Jewel Green with all 4 points in the ball game. Ball played into the left side, and the defense just swarming all over the ball. Daisha Barksdale gets the pass underneath, shot taken up by LaShonda Orr. And the rebound once again, Tim, we've said her name a couple of times, Jewel Green.
Absolutely, and she's one of the reasons that the Thurgood Marshall Lawyers have won the city championship. Favorite player, Michael Jordan, you saw the ability to come up, steal a pass, and rebound.
Now the playmaker for the national team in blue, Jasmine Gates, working the ball to the left side, passing it up top. Ball gets loose, and we will have an over and back call as the ball got away from LaShonda Orr. just underway. 4-0. The American Midget All-Stars, that's the team in gold. They are leading it in this ball game. 4-0, all the points coming from Jewel Green. She gets it once again inside the lane, puts it up and in. Slashing through the lane, Jewel Green with 6 points in this first quarter of play. And the Americans lead 6-0. Here comes Jasmine's shot. It's up short, and Jewel Green once again all over the court, both on the offensive side and the defensive side of the floor.
Madam, Jewel Green scored 61 points during the regular season. She's already picked up 6 here, so she's headed way above her average.
LaShonda Orr starts to run down the floor, works it, shoots it, hits it. And LaShonda gets the first bucket for the national team, and it is a 6-2 game in favor of the American Midget All-Stars. Move up top from Sierra Davis. She loses the ball to the floor. And here comes Jasmine Gates, goes up with the layup, a little bit too hard on the layup, off on the glass, and the rebound by Jewel Green once again. Here comes the American team, working it down the floor. Sheena Smith working it to the right side, trying to get the pass to Brittany Randall, and it goes out of play. And the coaching staff, Karen Barnett and Martina Latessa, say, let's slow things up a bit and let's call timeout.
Well, while we have a break in the action, folks, we'd like to let you know that there's a lot of artistic things that are going to be happening this spring. In fact, April 27th to May 1st at all the recreation centers. Right now, the kids have been working on their masks on different parts of the world. So they're going to be putting on art shows at all recreation centers. It's Masks of the World art shows, April 27th to May 1. You might want to check with your recreation center. Also, on April 30th at Cadell Recreation at 5:30, the Cleveland Jazz program, Cleveland's recreation known as the best little band in the land. It's our own Cleveland Division of Recreation band will be putting on a festival that evening over at Cadell Recreation.
Well, back to action here at Estabrook. And LaShonda Orr trying to get the pass out top to Jasmine Gates, who takes a long shot. She's fouled, and the foul will go on Sheena Smith. That's the first foul of the ball game. And that will send Jasmine Gates to the free throw line. And if you notice, she is not shooting from the regulation 15-foot line. In the midget division, they shoot from a line that's 3 feet closer to the hoop.
And the comments about Jasmine Gates from the coach is an outstanding leader and individual. Displayed good sportsmanship and leadership over at Cadell Recreation.
She misses on the first free throw. During the season, 55% free throw shooter, averaging 10 points a game. And she nails the second one. So she has her first points of the ball game. It is a 6-3 lead for the American Midgets. Pass to Green on the left side, bombs it from long range, just a bit too hard off the basket. Now here comes the national team down the floor. LaShonda Orr up top, passing it right side to Gates, trying to work it across on the cross-court pass, or trying to work through, and we're going to get a block on Brittany Randall, playing a real tight defense, trying to shut down the lane. There you see the replay once again. She gets the pass, makes a nice little quick move, but too much on the defensive side, all over.
Again, Adam, when you're talking about defense, it's like you can't drive your car down the street with the doors open. And right there you saw her arms extended, and that's what drew the foul.
LaShonda Orr had a nice move, but couldn't connect on the basket. And Jewel Green, once again, right there for the rebound. Gets the pass, goes driving to the lane, and gets the roll. Jewel Gold with 8 points in the ball game, all 8 points for the American Midget All-Stars. Here comes Orr the other way. She pops and missed it. And, you know, we talked about the girls that will stand out in this game, and Jewel Green and LaShonda Orr, those are the two players. I'm going to get a walking call up at the top as Sheena Smith packing her bags a little bit too much and going on a little bit of a travel.
You can see here Nancy Owens. Again, we have to say thank you to those many coaches that we don't see here tonight that took time out to teach the fundamentals and help these girls out.
Here comes Green on the steal, and the layup goes in. She's got 10. Jewel Green, a sixth grader. Favorite player, Michael Jordan, in that time playing defensively like MJ. Now here comes Orr on the dribble drive and kisses one off the glass. Oh, that'll make you look like Larry Bird on that shot going off into the corner. Orr with 4 points, and the score is 10-5, and another walking call. That time you can credit the defense of Daisha Barksdale as she came up right to the midcourt line and stopped up the defense and closed it down. 10-5 in this ball game. About 5 seconds left in the quarter. Pass inside is stolen with 2 seconds to go. Here comes Sierra Davis, and the clock goes off, and that's going to end the first quarter of play here as the American Midget All-Stars lead 10-5.
Well, while we have a break in the action, folks, looking for some job opportunities this summer. We're looking for 18 and over adults that are interested in helping some kids out on a Cleveland playground. We don't want you just to come and work. We want you to be committed to make sure the kids have a great summer. Cleveland playground job opportunities are available. Call 664-2325. And Adam, you take a look at the replay right here, and you can see the hustle by number 5, and her time just runs out on her, but Sierra Davis comes up big. There she is from Lonnie Burton.
There you talk about what's been happening in this first quarter of play. You know, Jewel Green and LaShonda Orr, they have been the 2 players that have dominated in this first quarter. Jewel Green, 10 points in the first quarter. Meanwhile, LaShonda Orr with 4 points. So 2 players over on the national side getting 5 points, but it'll be interesting as you get later into the ball game to see Jewel Green and LaShonda Orr battling it out tooth and nail in the remainder of this ball game as we head into the second quarter of play.
And again, Jewel Green started 3 years ago over at Thurgood Marshall. Coach Tony Perez has got to be smiling today, but I think when they first started, they went through the growing pains and learning the fundamentals, learning what teamwork was and sportsmanship, and the things that you need today to be successful in anything you do.
And the interesting thing about LaShonda Orr, you know, very good basketball player. One day she hopes to play for the Cleveland Rockers. Girls a few years ago didn't have that opportunity in the United States. Now, with the advent of 2 professional basketball leagues, they have higher hopes that maybe someday they can be a professional basketball player.
Absolutely, Adam.
Second quarter starts underway with Sierra Wilson coming up with the bucket. And she nails a 2-point shot from the outside, 10-7. Just like that, the national team quickly inside and underneath the 3 points on the lead as the ball's loose in the corner. Picked up by Angelia Smith, passing it to the left side, and we're going to have a 3-second call on the American Midget All-Stars as they were caught camping inside the paint.
Now we're seeing 10 different girls here. Again, we have a mandatory play rule, just like we've had all year, where the girls must play 1 full complete quarter. So all the girls all season long have been given the opportunity to display their skills and learn the game.
Lanisha Perry coming up with the rebound, and the interesting thing is that the American team now packing it in with a zone defense. Here comes Sheena Smith trying to get the ball inside to Jasmine Woodson, and we've got a foul underneath. And the foul will go on Rhonda Butler. That is her first foul in the ball game. Pass up top. Heideland working it outside. Underneath on the layup is Angelia Smith. Picks up 2 points. 12-7 the Americans leading the national team. And here you see on the defense coming down on the floor, they're packing it in on a 2-3 zone defense. And the defense almost comes up with a pick up top as Sierra Wilson with it. Trying to work it up at top, and the defense coming in. Ball worked into the corner. Shot taken up by Rhonda Butler. Doesn't fall. The rebound by Lanisha Perry at 5'7". cleaning the glass on the rebound. Underneath the pass, Woodson misses. Shot on the return by Perry doesn't go, but she's fouled. And I believe she will go to the free throw line.
Looks like they called it on number 5 under the basket. And again, we got a timeout. Take a look at it here at home, folks. You see here a nice pass, and you really look at it, it's like a shot off the board. Overshoots, but right there, number 12 with the ball, and you can see it was a good call by Carmela McMullen where she caught her on the arm. And Lanisha Perry from John F. Kennedy, when we come back, she's going to be shooting at the free throw line. And Adam, she's been 1 for 4 during the regular season, but when you talk about complete, look at the school. Honor roll, perfect attendance and citizenship, more important than any shot she's going to take here today.
Absolutely, and that's the key. You want to teach the kids at a young age to be a good citizen and show them the right way down the road.
There's a star. There's Mom with the wave. She's ready to go right now. You can see it.
One of her favorite players. It isn't anybody from the NBA. Somebody from the WNBA, Cheryl Swoops.
And we're going to be talking to some outstanding young ladies that came through the program about their feelings about the Women's Midnight Basketball League. And while we're talking about it, Adam, we want to put it out here right now. Ladies 18 and over, the city of Cleveland will make history on April 21, where it'll be the first Women's Midnight Basketball League. You're interested in playing, it's free. 664-4889. 664-4889.
Well, Lanisha Perry missed the 2 free throws as they work it downfield, down the court. Rhonda Butler trying to work it up top. Defense just swarming, and we've got a jump ball situation. The possession arrow will go for the American team as they have the possession. Here we'll see it again. Trying to get the double team in the corner, trying to get the pass out. There you see the good defense. They just came out right onto their man and then came in and tied up the ball, and they have the possession. Underneath pass, Woodson gets the bucket. 14-7, the American team doubling up the score here at Estabrook Recreation Center in this Midget All-Star game. Sierra Wilson loses the handle of the basketball. That's picked up by Jasmine Woodson. Passes it off to Angelia Smith, working it up the floor against Sierra Wilson. Top of the circle, goes left side, down the lane, puts up the left-handed shot, doesn't fall. On the rebound was Mary Shannon of Estabrook Recreation. 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the second quarter. 14-7, the American team leading. Almost a steal on the play by Deandra Bremen, but the blocking call is made. She gets the foul, and that is her first foul of the ball game. Just under 2 minutes to go in this first half of action. Rhonda Butler getting ready to inbound the ball, gets it into Sierra Wilson, loses the handle right into the breadbasket of Ariana Mathis, who goes in just a bit too much on the layup on the left side. And the rebound by Rhonda Butler. 14-7, the national team trying to cut into that lead. Here comes a nice pass underneath, and the shot missed by Mary Shannon, but she got the rebound. Ball loose on the right side, picked up by Tasia Foster. Foster in the corner now, getting into a tight situation, is caught in the corner. Ball knocked out of play, and really she gets a big break that time because she was double teamed into the corner. Good defense by forcing the player into the corner. Loose ball on the corner once again as the national team. Here comes Lanisha Perry with the steal, going down floor, and the ball knocked out of play by Fantasia Foster on the defense.
Folks, you need to keep in mind, these girls have been together for one practice. You're looking at Lanisha Perry from Kennedy Recreation Center.
Getting back to action. Missed opportunity from the outside by the American team. Now they come up with the steal. Here's Ariana Mathis coming down the left side, puts up the layup just a bit too hard. The rebound by Rhonda Butler. Under 25 seconds to go in this first half of action. Butler on the left side, trying to dribble up top. Dumps it off to Wilson. Wilson inside and loses the handle on the basketball. Ball's loose, but it's still controlled. Jasmine Woodson of the American team on the left side. Puts up the pass and shot just a bit short. On the rebound, Tiffany Holloway. Here comes Sierra taking up the shot, but the buzzer goes off. And that is it here at the end of one half of play here. The American team leading it over the Nationals 14-7 here at Estabrook Recreation Center. Let's take this timeout here on CLV TV 35.
Side Phils drives under the basket. Reverse layup.
Before he became a great ball handler, Bobby Phils juggled history, algebra, and English.
There are no excuses. Stay in school.
Brandon to the forecourt, over to Hill, drive, scores with the right hand.
To make it in the NBA, Terrell Brandon had to pass a lot more than a basketball.
There are no excuses. Stay in school.
Welcome back to Estabrook Recreation, where it's the girls all-star game where the midget girls are 14-7.5, and we got a special presentation from the Holy Nation Ministers to True for Jesus drill team. The director is Darlene Peters. These are young ladies, and I believe men, looks like ladies, ages 8 to 17. They've been a tremendous group. Part of them is about self-discipline, building self-esteem, positive attitude, and dealing with personalities. Here they are, halftime at Estabrook Recreation.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, we'd like to introduce to you the Holy Nation Ministries True for Jesus drill team, directed by Ms. Darlene Peters.
Okay, folks, stay with us, because when we come back, it's going to be the start of the second half in the Midget All-Star Game.
Trouble can start when the clock hits 3. When there's no place after school for kids to be. Nothing to do but hanging on city streets. When mom and dad are working to make ends meet. Now it's time to beat the street.
With after-school programs, city kids aren't left alone and vulnerable. They keep on learning between 3 and 6, but these programs need your support. Join with the Urban League to keep them going. Call now, because it's
time to beat the street.
Welcome back to the second half of action. After one half of play, the American All-Stars leading it over the Nationals 14-7. Getting ready for third quarter of play, the Nationals team with it. Underneath, Tiffany Holloway had it, and ups and downs on the travel. There you see our basket cam. High top here at Estabrook Recreation Center. Just underway, 14-7 is the score. The American team with the basketball, working it to the right side. Sheena Smith trying to work it into the corner to Angelia Smith, and gets away from her and out of play. It'll be interesting to see how the national team adjusts in the second half of action. Underneath, LaShonda Orr from the outside, couldn't get the roll. Big rebound there underneath by Sheena Smith. Here comes Angelia Smith on the left side. Bounce pass across the box and over the head of Jewel Green. That time good pass movement, working it on the left side, then going across the paint. But they just couldn't connect on the pass. Now Sierra Wilson bringing it over the timeline, left side, looking to LaShonda Orr. She hits and misses on the outside. Rebounded by Sierra Wilson, and the foul on Gabrielle Flournoy, and she picks up her first foul. Flournoy, a 10-year-old out of Woodhill. 14-7 is our scorer. There you see LaShonda Orr. She had 4 points in the first half, and timeout is called by the American All-Stars. Martina Latessa and Karen Barnett, the coaches, talking it over with their girls. Tim, you know, we've talked about the weather changing. It is warmer. Really never got cold. And the City of Cleveland Recreation Department has some activities coming up for the spring and summer.
Well, I'm sure a lot of the young ladies that are watching this here today are saying, well, what's next? Well, right now the girls are in their softball season. They're just getting underway, so if you're still interested, 12 through 15, interested in playing girls softball for your local recreation center, is sponsored through Cleveland Indian Charities, as well as the City of Cleveland and the Cleveland Baseball Federation. So it's a free program. Call 664-3017, and we'll be able to direct you to your nearest recreation center. And again, if you are 18 and over and you are interested in being part of history, the first Women's Midnight Basketball League will be started here in Cleveland, Ohio on April 21.
Well, the national team with the basketball. Tiffany Holloway on the left side puts up the long shot, doesn't fall. Jewel Green came up with the rebound and gives it off to Angelia Smith. Smith left side, left of the lane, goes driving in too much. Green on the rebound, puts it up, can't get it to fall off the front of the basket. Now the rebound by LaShonda Orr. She brings it down the floor quickly, cuts up the middle, in the line, in the lane, puts it up too much off the glass. Rebounded by Wilson, and she gives it off to Angelia Smith. Still our score here in the third quarter, 14-7. Bounce pass to the right side. Sheena Smith working it underneath, and she is fouled on their way to the basket.
Again, Adam, you look at a little push off there, you can see, you know, exactly. They've learned that, I don't know if they watch it from the professional level or whatever, but Sheena Smith We're looking at her from Corey Recreation Center. 5 for 16 at the line during the season, 31%. We'll see how she does this time.
And she's not going to take the shot from the... She's going to go from the regulation line. Now she steps up. And she misses on the first free throw. Just missing hard on the left of the rim. Second opportunity. Gets the bounce and tickles the twine and falls in. Sheena Smith picks up her first points of the game. 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 15-7 is our score. The American team in gold with the lead, and the shot taken up by LaShonda Orr is good, but they will not count the basket.
And you know, in the first half, Adam, you saw really no turnovers, very few. Now it seems to be they're getting more relaxed, and I don't know if it's more turnovers, but more excitement is starting to settle down.
Here comes Sheena Smith. She takes it too much off the glass, and Jewel Green got the rebound and was fouled. She'll head to the free throw line. Jewel Green in the first quarter of play had 10 points. She's looking for 11 at the free throw line. Checking into the ball game, Lanisha Perry, as well as Sierra Davis. Checking out, Sheena Smith and Sadea Williams. At the free throw line, Jewel Green, on the season, a 45% free throw shooter, averaging 9 points a game, and she is one better this evening in this All-Star contest. She has 10 points, looking for 11. Bit too much off the side of the rim, falls off. Another player substitution, this time on the national squad. Checking into the ball game, Aisha Barksdale, and checking out is LaShonda Orr. And she gets a bit of a breather. Now Jewel Green on her second free throw attempt misses both of them. And when the littlest people on the floor, Heidi Lewandowski picks up the rebound. Now here comes the steal by Sierra Davis, goes the length of the floor, too much, rebounded by Green, and guess what? She's going to go back to the free throw line after getting the rebound and trying to put up the shot. And the foul will be called on Tiffany Holloway with the hold, and Jewel Green back to the charity stripe. There you go. There you see the fast break. Had the opportunity, just could not connect on the layup.
Again, you talk about turnovers into points. Looking at Sierra Davis from Lonnie Burton. Again, a favorite player, Michael Jordan.
Jewel Green having a bit of a tough time at the free throw line. 0 of 3 this evening in this game. She's got 10 points.
Coach told her she had a nice outside shot. We've seen that. We've seen the ability to rebound.
Well, the American team not really doing well at the free throw line. 1 of 8 at the free throw line in this ball game. 15-7 our score, a minute and a half left in the third quarter. Shot missed up, rebound. Here comes Sierra Davis off to the races, right of the lane, stops, and she's gonna go to the free throw line as she got fouled from the backside. She is very quick in making the steals and then going on the counter attack and really running the floor. Checking into the ball game for the American team is Ariana Mathis.
Take a look at it right here, Adam. They're going to call from behind. You can see number 1. And again, you have your arm down, comes up. You're allowed vertical, straight up, feet to the ceiling, but you got your arm sticking out. You're going to get in trouble, and that's why they called the foul.
Well, Sierra Davis breaks an 0 for 5 string on the free throws, and she gets the violation for stepping over the free throw line. She goes 1 of 2 from the line. 16-7, the American team, that's the team in gold, with the lead, as the Nationals looking to get back into this ball game. Holloway had the ball stripped away, and Deandra Bremen just could not believe that she got called with the foul, and
first time
looked like all ball.
First time we heard the little boo birds about the officials.
Long three-point shot just missing off the mark for Mariana Mathis.
One thing about Carmela McMullen and Antoinette Thompson, they realize that we have the midget girls out here, and they're not only going to call the game at them, but they're going to teach it. When the kids make a mistake, they'll be the first one to help them out and explain what they need to do.
And that'll be it for the third quarter of play. 16-7 is our score as the American Midget All-Stars leading it in this All-Star game.
Well, folks, when you talk about a great season and making history, 21 wins and 1 loss, all the girls started here in the Cleveland Recreation League, and Desiree Powell had a chance to catch up with the Lady Scarabs from East Tech. Desiree?
Thanks, Tim. With me, I have some very special young ladies representing East Tech High School, better known as the Lady Scarabs. But before we get started, I'd like each of them to introduce themselves to those of you at home and to give you an idea of which rec center they came from originally.
Hi, my name is Merlina Dozier. I came from Thurgood Marshall.
Hi, I'm Denisha Garrison. I came from Sterling Rec.
Hi, I'm Ebony Garrison. I came from Sterling Rec.
Hi, I'm Jawada Rivers. I came from Corey Rec. Hi, my name is Shamika Fan. I came from Gunny.
These are the winning girls from East Tech out of their recent season, and Denisha is going to explain to us what their season was like and how far they were able to go.
Well, our season at East Tech was good. We was 21-1. We were city champs, district champs, and regional semifinalists. I think we did good.
What will you remember most out of this entire season?
The one loss.
The one loss? What did it teach you?
We just got to be stronger.
Got to be stronger?
We need more big people.
You learned how to win. Are you also saying that you learned how to lose too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What year are you in? Freshman, sophomore, senior?
Sophomore.
Sophomore, okay. So you'll be back next year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Look forward to seeing you next year. And moving on to the area of education, we have Shamika Fannin. Shamika, a lot of people, there's a perception out there that sometimes kids can get away with slacking off in school and still being able to play sports. How do you feel about that? Is that something that goes on, or how do you feel about that notion that people have sometimes about sports and education?
I feel that like you come to school every day and you do your work and get good grades, you know, and then we come to school and do our work and get, so we be eligible to play. So,
well, you're a senior, right?
Yes.
What are your plans after graduation?
I plan to go to college and take up physical education. I want to be a coach, or a playing coach.
Okay. Where are you going to go to college, you know?
I ain't decided yet.
Okay. All right. Now, there's a lot of elements of basketball, and Joanna, you know, teamwork is just one of those elements. You got discipline and other things that go with it, but what do you think about teamwork? How did it help you and your girls this season?
Well, I think without teamwork, we wouldn't have made it as far as we made it, because in our team, we don't, not one person make the team, it's all of us make the team. And during practice, our coach keep us disciplined. We run the play just like we run it in the game. And I think that's how teamwork affects our team.
Okay. Okay, that's a good one. Anybody else have any ideas about teamwork? No? Okay. Marlena, we've got the start of the WNBA last year, and you've got a lot more enthusiasm, and girls are excited about sports. What do you think about the start of the WNBA and things of that nature?
I think it was a great, addition to sports, because now we don't have to go all the way across seas just to play basketball. We can play in front of our hometown, and our family and friends get to see us play. So they don't have to like hear about it in a letter or hear about it on the radio, stuff like that. They can actually see us on TV.
Okay. Now, a lot of girls, and I'm sure each of you, but I'm going to ask Marlena in particular, who influenced you, whether it be in life or whether it be in sports? I mean, is there that somebody that was a special influence or role model for you?
My mother.
Your mother? Why would that be?
Because, I mean, she raised three of us. She raised me, my sister, and my brother without any of our father. And she went to work every day. She still was able to make it to the parent-teacher meetings and see some of our games. My brother played football, and I played basketball. She was able to, my brother went to a school, he went to Hawkins, so she had to catch a few buses, but she caught the bus, got all the way out there, saw his games, and came all the way back home. My mother was a strong person for us when we were kids, and she's even stronger now. So I just try to be there for her as much as I can until I leave for college.
Okay, so you do plan to go to college too then?
Yep.
Okay, do you know where or what do you want to do?
I have no idea where I want to go right now. I just take it day by day.
Okay, what year are you in?
I'm a junior.
Junior, okay. And last but not least, we're going to go to Marlena.
Ebony.
Ebony, I'm sorry. Ebony, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Ebony, there's a lot of girls at home that are watching. Some that may have been in a rec center, some that may have tried out for a school team, some may have made it, some may not have. What advice would you give to young ladies out there, period, that are interested in sports?
If I can say one thing, I like to just tell them to be courteous and be strong, you know, go out for the team, don't be scared. Just walk in the rec and sign up for the team and do the best you can. Don't be scared just because somebody else tell you can't play. Just go in there and try your best. Maybe you'll come out being better than everybody else.
Okay. Is there something in particular that anybody wants to share that they got out of going through their rec center and then going into school ball? Anybody? Yeah.
What I got out of Corey was to never give up, always try, and always try a new sport. Never just stick with basketball.
Okay. Anything anybody else want to share?
Teamwork and the discipline to do other things like get good grades in school and not just letting basketball be your first priority, because if you have one thing, then you fall back and you don't have anything else. Have a career to go to after basketball, or if you don't make it as far as you want to in basketball.
I want to individually thank each of you for coming today. You've shared a lot, and I'm sure those at home are taking this in, particularly the young ladies that are kind of nervous about going out for a team or actually even going to the rec center to try a different sport. So whether you know it or not, you're role models, and we want to congratulate you as a group for your success this year, and we hope that you guys do even bigger and better things next year. And for you, Shamika, going on, good luck with your careers, and each of you as you get older, good luck with everything, okay? Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go back to the start of the fourth quarter of the Midget Girls All-Star Game, so we'll be back right after this.
Last night, Lisa Watson got higher than she's ever been. And the only thing she took was first place.
Welcome back to Estabrook as we get ready with the fourth quarter underway. The American team winning it 16-7. And the Nationals looking to make some type of a run in the fourth quarter, and the foul as Brittany Renfro had the ball. She was fouled by Sade Williams. Now here comes the national team with the basketball. Ball's loose in the midcourt, picked up by Angelia Smith, drives the lane and gets the spin and roll. 18-7 as Angelia Smith picks up her fourth point of the game. Biggest lead now for the American team. There you see Angelia Smith. Double team up top. Here comes the steal once again. Williams down the lane, stops, pops, hits on a nice kiss off the glass.
Cena Williams from Glenville Recreation Center, a merit roll student over at St. Joe Academy.
On the right side, the foul will be called against Brittany Randall.
Foul on Brittany Randall.
20-7 is our score. The American team really pouring it on in the second half of action. The Nationals, you see the height disadvantage up at the top at the guard position. Here comes LaShonda Orr on the dribble, trying to get by some picks on the right side. Baseline shot, just missing off the side of the rim. On the rebound, stolen away by Williams. She goes down the length of the floor, stops, hits, and tickles the twine for her 4th point of the ball game. 22-7 is our score as the Americans starting to run away with this ball game. Jasmine Gates, left side, is met up in the corner by Woodson. Passes it up top for 3, just a bit hard off the glass. Here comes Renfro trying to battle for the ball, as well as Holloway. Jump ball situation, and the national team will have the possession arrow. So they get a big break. Coming back into the ball game is Jewel Green for the last 3.5 minutes. She checks back in with 10 points in the contest. Brittany Randall sits out. Here comes Orr down the baseline, puts up the shot off the side of the backboard, rebounded. And there you saw a good rebound by Williams. She got the ball and cradled it and started to work the ball down the floor. Shot taken up by Williams, and she's fouled on the shot to the basket. She'll take a couple of shots from the charity stripe. Checking back into the ball game now, Sierra Davis. There you see the...
And you see Jasmine Gates with good defense. But again, you can see here, it's like the luck of the bounce. And right there, got a little bit of the ball.
Cedar Williams, first time at the free throw line, and she puts it inside. She's got 5 points on the night. 1 of 1 on the free throw line. Her second attempt, just as nice when you do it twice. 24-7 is our score, as the American team just pulling away with it. There you see Cedar Williams out of St. Joseph's Academy, an 8th grader. LaShonda Orr putting it up from long range, trying to kiss it off the side of the glass. On the rebound is Brittany Renfro on the double team, trying to get back up top to Gates. Gates through the lane on the right side, puts up the shot. We're going to have a foul on the shot. She'll go to the free throw line herself. Now, Tim, you see in this 4th quarter, more and more shuffling of the players.
Absolutely.
Trying to get that, one, you want to get the girls in, but 2, you want to try to get that combination that's really going to work for you.
Well, we're looking at right here, Jasmine Gates is trying to get around Cedar Williams, and this time again, you see the arm go down. You always tell your players, keep your hands straight up, and you're going to be in good shape. You come out of that peripheral vision of being up and down, then you're in trouble.
Gates picks up the free throw. She's 2 of 3 on the night, 55% free throw shooter during the season, averaging 10 points a contest. Very good shooter. There you see some of the coaching staff. And there you saw right into your living room and into the bucket from our bucket cam, as she goes 3 for 4 now. 3 points in the game for Jasmine Gates, and the lead is cut down to 24-9.
There she is, Jasmine Gates. Coach gave us big compliment, a leader and a true joy to coach. A great young lady.
Sierra Davis trying to work it in, goes in, puts up the shot, looking like, oh, Bobby Sura there on the move and getting the bucket on the basket, 26-9. She's got 3 points in the ball game. Sierra Wilson working it in the lane, puts it up from 15, just missing on the right side. Rebounded by Jewel Green. Under 1.5 minutes to go in this first game. We've got another one coming up after this one, the junior girls. Deja Brumman working it. She loses the ball to Sierra Wilson. Works it on the right side, and she got a love tap from the backside by Deandra Brumman, and foul called against the American team, but they have a comfortable lead here this evening, Tim. And we talked about it at the beginning of the ball game, how you'll have some players really shine. In the first half, we had Jewel Green, but then you saw some other players from the national or from the American team really showing their stuff tonight.
And you know what? They said it right in the video from East Tech. Don't let, if you're a young lady out there and you're thinking about joining the program, don't let anybody come in and say you can't do it. Because a person like Jewel Green started out 3 years ago, and I'm sure somebody tried to stop her, but she was persistent enough to go ahead and make something out of herself. Now, hopefully, we're going to be able to take this into the classroom, we're going to take it into life, and we're going to have better citizens here in the city of Cleveland.
LaShonda Orr hits the free throw. She has 5 points, 16% free throw shooter during the year. Really, when you look at free throws on either side of the ledger, the national team is 4 of 5 from the charity stripe, while the American team 4 of 12 on the evening. Orr's second free throw attempt. A little breeze keeping it on the front of the rim and into the basket. She's got 6. 26-11 is our score. Under a minute to go in this contest. It's been an entertaining game. Deandra Bremen has it, loses it. Here comes LaShonda Orr running the floor. Left side lane, too much off the layup. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by Green. 35 seconds to go. She'll bring it over the timeline, left side, left of the lane, stops, pops underneath, rebounded by Orr. Under 20 seconds to go. She speeds up, left of the lane, puts up the shot. She goes down hard to the floor, and she'll go to the free throw line, and the clock will stop as the bonus situation now for the national team, as LaShonda Orr will go to the free throw line. There you see her coming down the floor.
And again, what you like is you see she's dribbling out in front and looking ahead. A lot of the young girls, when they first started, they're looking down. You saw she had vision in front, and that's what helped her create that play. And really, Adam, we really need to take a brief second here. This program just started about 3 or 4 years ago. It was Mayor Michael R. White, Commissioner Michael Cox, and director that came forward and said, look, we want to make a difference. Let's get some more kids involved. Let's expand the girls program. And really, Antoinette Thompson was one big key part of that program when she was with the Division of Recreation.
And also you saw some of the coaches there on the sideline. That's a big key as the shot doesn't go off as it hit the front and back of the rim and fell off. 26-12 is our score. The American team in gold with the lead. 20 seconds to go. Gabrielle Flournoy with the ball left side, trying to work the double team. Now the Americans looking to play some keep away. Ball loose in the corner and out of play, and it'll stay gold ball. 7 seconds to go in the contest. Let's see who's going to get the last shot. Here comes Bremen, takes the long shot, doesn't fall. Rebound tied up. We've got 2 seconds left on the clock. And the possession arrow once again in favor of the American All-Stars. 2 seconds to go. Up top, here comes Bremen from long range. Couldn't get the shot to fall, and that is it. As the final score, 26-12, the Americans beating the Nationals in our first All-Star game here at Estabrook Recreation Center.
Well, folks, stay with us, because when we come back, we have a very special presentation.
There are so many obstacles in the way, and there's always an excuse to quit. It's too hard, too much pressure. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I was determined to succeed. If it wasn't basketball, it would be something else. I wanted to do something with my life. And let's face it, if you don't have your high school diploma, you don't have a shot. Stay in school. It's your best move.
Welcome back to Estabrook Recreation Center. Adam Mendoza along with Al Seipels of Pepsi, sponsor here for these All-Star Games, and we have a very special presentation, Al.
Yes, we have a season-long sportsmanship award to be presented to Jasmine Gates, and I want to congratulate you on the behalf of Pepsi and the City of Cleveland Division of Rec. Congratulations.
Jasmine, this is a very special award. Any thanks that you want to give to the folks out there?
I want to give thanks to Cadell Recreation Center and my parents.
What about your coach? I know she's been inspiration. I know as well as your parents.
Yes, I want to give thanks to Martina, my coach who got me here, and to be a good player.
All right, well, congratulations on the award, and Al, very much for helping out and giving out this special presentation, because this really means for kids this kind of award.
Well, it's our pleasure. We're really happy to do it.
Well, there you have. We have a special award here coming up next. Great basketball game coming up here at the Estabrook Recreation Center. When we come back, Tim and I will have final comments concerning the first game, and we'll look ahead towards our second matchup.
Sometimes trouble comes looking for you. 1, 2, 3. And that's when you have to stop. Think. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And find a way to not let it get you. Peace.
Welcome back to Estabrook Recreation Center. 26-12, our final score, the first one in the Midget game, and it was a great game, and we had some players that really stood out in this first contest, Tim.
Yeah, you talk about Lanisha Perry, Jewel Green, but really Jasmine Gates, she tells it all when you receive a sportsmanship award for the entire season. You know, again, as we mentioned, part of our mission is making sure that these kids don't even walk away just from the sport aspect. But today, what really impressed me about the first game, Adam, was a lot of the girls and the camaraderie, you know, the friendships. You know, usually when they're playing, it's like one team against another. But here you saw a lot of friendships. The kids are probably right now at their own pizza party, getting their certificates and having a great time.
Absolutely. It was just a fantastic ball game. The American team won 26-12. Jewel Green led the Americans with 10 points in the contest, all coming in the first quarter. But really, you saw a lot of other players doing some good things. Defense, collapsing in, double teams, something you don't usually see in all-star contests.
And that's a tribute to the coaches that are out in the recreation centers where they take the time. We also have to thank the Cleveland Rockers because Michelle Edwards and the Blue Streaks went out this year and did a lot of basketball camps teaching the kids the fundamentals. We had Coach Linda Hill McDonald come out and do a clinic. We've had a lot of support. You look at Pepsi Cola, these kids don't get this event if it wasn't for Pepsi. And then the city of Cleveland, the Muni Basketball, the Bella Pizza, a lot of them come together. And Adam, you know, this is only Game 1, we've got a lot of excitement coming.
Absolutely. We've got one more contest coming up. That's the junior girls coming up after the break, and the action will be a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, and you'll see some more high scoring in this second game coming up, the junior all-star games, as we wrapped up our first one. 26-12, the Americans winning it over the national contest. After this break, we'll have more action here at Estabrook Recreation Center as we continue Girls All-Star Night.